Hi, this is Ed Heiler, and you're watching Zach Archer.
Hi, this is Sky Hyler, and you're watching Zach Archer.
All right, can we talk about the new Grace VanderWaal's style? Okay, I mean, it has to be noted. Previously, last time I talked about Grace VanderWaal was over a year ago at this point, but it's pretty crazy to look at how much she's changed in just a year. About a year ago is when I was going through Letters Volume 1, and she was releasing music videos for that album, which I loved, by the way. And all the songs that I hadn't heard, that I didn't react to on the channel, I did end up listening to on my own. So even though I didn't do reactions to them, I actually really love that album. I listened to it a lot, and definitely a lot recently. There's just a lot of great songs on there. I think it's a really solid album. Like, there's no real duds. Stylistically, it's so strong, but so starkly different from what she's doing now. It's just out of nowhere these last couple months. Also worth noting that she was in Disney's Stargirl like around a year ago as well. So she went from Disney Stargirl to now this whole new punk rock style almost, where it's like the short hair, the super over the top color, the strong makeup, and almost androgynous style that you kind of see in like some 80s bands. But Don't Assume What You Don't Know is the only song she has out now. I don't know if there's much else out there. If you look at her Instagram, it's also interesting because if you go back, there's not anything before this new transition of style that she's going through now. It's like it's only the post from then up until now. So it's really wild. But I will say, as much as I loved Letters Volume 1 a year ago and still love it to this day, I really do love this new song as well. It's only one song to go off of, but you can already see, wow, complete tone style change. Completely different style, but almost it's like, wow, why didn't I think of that before? Like, her voice is almost perfectly suited for that kind of style. It works surprisingly, like, splendidly with it. Aesthetically, it's like I can take or leave it. I don't really care that much aesthetically about what a singer, how they dress or what style they go with. Obviously, though, this is a big genre shift from like the type of music she was doing over a year ago to now. It's a super different genre. So it's not like the fans of that other genre would necessarily fall right in line with this one. But I do think there's something to be said about Grace VanderWaal fans to where they just love her voice specifically. And I mean, that's what I love too, because that was what is so unique and what made her pop so much on America's Got Talent when she was, 11, 12 years old. It's like such a unique voice. Love the rasp to it, the voice crack. It's like the almost intentional imperfections that I've talked about before that are like stylistically placed in her singing, and it's not your traditional voice. It's one of those offbeat ones. And so she's going a different direction with the offbeat, which is completely different, but I don't mind it. I definitely don't mind it. This does on the surface feel like almost a Disney star phase, almost all the people historically a lot of Disney stars, namely like Disney Channel stars, like always have this phase, you could say, that they really want to break away from the kid-friendly image. Sometimes it's not in the most like healthy way. You could say that this is like a response to that, maybe wanting to like break away from the image that's almost expected of her at this point. At the same time, I could see it being her long-term style that she goes for now. I'm not sure what she's thinking exactly, but it's just so weird because I'm even looking at her channel. It's like if you look at her most recent upload to 2 uploads ago was Today and Tomorrow from Disney Stargirl, which I still haven't listened to that, by the way, or seen any of Stargirl, but it's like so different. It's her with the super punk style, with like the blue filter going on, and then there's her with the style she was always known for, and the ukulele right there. It's so different because it's like Don't Assume What You Don't Know is like electric guitar. It's super rock. It's really killer. Honestly, it's if you're gonna do a departure from your style, this is really a cool way to do it. So honestly, I'm excited to see what comes from it. But yeah, I always also love. I mean, the kind of music she was doing with Letters Volume 1. I think that was like the best work she's done so far. I mean, out of her 3, she's done like 3 albums: Perfectly Imperfect, Just the Beginning, and Letters Volume 1. I did love Just the Beginning as well, though. But you can see she's very young, so it makes sense that stylistically she might not be like set on what she wants to do on her second album, you know? So it makes sense for her to go through different, whether they be phases or long-term changes on what kind of style she wants to go for. And I say go for it. I mean, you have the voice for it that works for all these different styles, then go for it and see what feels right, you know? I haven't like looked into interviews or anything, so I don't know if she's said what her mindset is going into this new style, but I'll be interested to see how it pans out. All right, I definitely am going to talk more in depth about her album Letters Volume 1 at some point as well, because I do have some thoughts on it. I do think it's a great album. I mean, I did react to most of it, I think, because I did the music videos for I Don't Like You, You're So Beautiful, Waste My Time. These are all great songs, by the way. And then I did a reaction to Gucci Shoes. So there's only a couple ones that I didn't do reactions to. Love those songs too. Poser and The City, they're great. But yeah, I would like to go more in depth on it at some point. As with a lot of the artists I'm talking about right now, I'm doing like these short videos to kind of, because it's been over a year since I've talked about them, but I do want to let you know that even though I might not be doing reactions as my go-to thing, that obviously I'm still a huge fan of Grace VanderWaal. I didn't just do it for the videos and then I left it. Like, I've spent a lot of time listening to her albums outside of videos, and very appreciative to have discovered her on America's Got Talent, but then carried that forward into following her music, you know, because I don't always do that with these people you see on these shows. But I'm glad she's actually going forward with her career and like really doing ambitious things. So yeah, you can go to ZachArcher.net for the latest and greatest from everything that I do.